Thank you for having me, Tuna. It's really good to be here again.
Let's get right into it because we don't have so much time, but this is a very, very important discussion. Let's begin with the recent report regarding AI-powered cities, of the future, where cities from Singapore to San Francisco and from Nairobi to Paris are all heading into the AI transformation, of public service. But not one Nigerian city was mentioned. The question is, what is the risk? Should we be worried at this time about such a report?
Yes, we should, because obviously Nigeria does not exist in a vacuum. We're pretty much operating in a global space. And I think the report just about a month ago from Deloitte obviously put that out. And I think it's just something we really need to pay attention quite quickly as well. Why is it the cities are quite important? Because I think it's fair to say about half of Nigeria lives in urban areas. And in order for us to help utilize artificial intelligence quite quickly, I think we've got a great opportunity to embed that, and those innovations should be found in cities. So I'm talking about Lagos, I'm talking about Abuja, I'm talking about Kaduna, I'm talking about Port Harcourt as well, and there are other cities across Nigeria as well. So I think it's something that we need to pay attention quite quickly.
Yeah, that, like you said, that report is really disheartening that we have such beautiful cities and none of them has started evolving into the future, as it were. And so the next question then becomes, since AI is rapidly reshaping economics and politics and culture, if Nigeria fails to build its own capabilities right now, then what exactly is at stake? What should the people know would be at stake when it comes to the economics, politics, and socially, basically?
The way I'm just going to simply answer that question in a practical way. Can you imagine a city or a country without internet or without using computers, right? You can can't even imagine that. The reason for that is because since we got computers and people start using the internet, we've seen a massive uprising in terms of, economical activities and social activities as well. Imagine a city or a country not using the internet at the moment. That would be a very dark place to be. So I think Nigeria simply needs to jump on it, because the next phase at the moment is the artificial intelligence. So we've got internet now. Now the next thing is artificial intelligence. So the quicker we jump on it, that the quicker for us to absolutely maximize the opportunities as well. And not just that, we've got to start training our people as well and using those capabilities so that we are not just consumers, right? Sometimes we consume things a lot, but we are also developers and producers as well, rather than consumers. And we can sell to other countries as well, not just within Africa, but across the world as well. I think that's the opportunity we should not miss as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful you've gone there. We have a youthful population who are, consuming a lot of the AI, using a lot of the internet. And, we don't want them to be cheap labor for AI systems viewed by many other nations, around us. The question then becomes, where do we start from now? There's a training, of course. 3 million people have been trained tech-wise. But the question is, are we really focusing on what we should be doing? I'll give you an instance. In China, everybody from where you're in primary school and all that, you're not just consuming AI, you're building, stuff, coding with AI and all those kind of stuff happening. So where do we start as a nation as we speak today?
I think, to be honest, I've made this point over and over again. We need to start from the early years. When we talk about early years career, we're talking about, people that are from nursery school. It's crazy to say that, but this country you just mentioned, if you go back to what's going on right now, they're pretty much starting from the nursery school to primary school as well. And I think that's certainly, we've got to embrace that as well. The same thing, you imagine a school without internet, or imagine a school without using the computers. It's not possible. So we've got to do that. And I think we need to start from our tertiary institution. We're so blessed with so much young people around the country. But what we need to do is that we need to embed artificial intelligence as part of the curriculum. This is not about an optional thing. This is a compulsory thing that needs to happen. So you mentioned a number about 3 million. Yes, that's a good number. But I think in my projection, we need to be targeting 10 million young Nigerian youths at the moment, not just 3 million. Because we are a population of over 200 or 330 million people as well. and the young population is quite vibrant. So we should be aiming about 10 million and above. And I think that's really important. So all the tertiary institution needs to be there. So we're talking about 200 odd universities and colleges and all the rest of them. They need to be using artificial intelligence as part of their curriculum. People need to be trained as well, and not just coding, not just data science, but how you develop and how you create those tools as well. These things need to be embedded as well as part of our educational system.
Yeah, but somebody would argue that, hey, let's take it two arguments. The first argument would be, we're still hungry. Why is this a priority right now? There's so much hunger in the land. Why is it a priority? And the second question would be, hey, if you start off to go into reshaping what the curriculum is, are you sure we're not going to change school as it were today?
I mean, that's a great question you asked. You know, when someone is hungry, what the person needs is food, right?
Yes.
And how you do food, if food does not fall from the sky, you've got to create it, right? So I think when we talk about people being hungry, the way you can then stop being hungry is about the way you create things, right? And you create food. And when we talk about artificial intelligence, these are not remote things. These are part of the way we can make people stop being hungry as well. Okay, so when we're talking about hungry, the question is that what do we need to do? Why are people hungry? People are hungry because they're not economically active at the moment. They're not earning money, you know, to take care of themselves as well. There are no opportunities as well. So artificial intelligence would help you earn money, would help you take care of yourself, would help you, you know, create things, obviously, that would be able to, you can sell, you can use, and you can also feed yourself as well. And I think those are the things. And I think without technology and without artificial intelligence, as with this current dispensation at the moment, there's no other way to do it, because we can't just go into the farms and just keep farming every day. It's not possible. We've got to apply artificial intelligence to everything that we do so that this thing called hungry in the land obviously will be minimized dramatically as well. I think that's something we need to appreciate as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful because people are saying, hey, we're just talking things that don't really affect the people now. But I mean, if they can see that, of course, this is going to provide jobs, give you economic stability, you know, financial stability, is going to help you financially, then perhaps they can cue in. Before we go on the break, the question comes also, it takes us back to the government. Is there anything you have seen? You know, are you aware of any national AI policy, something clear from the government that suggests that we are, you know, that we are really in the right direction? Or is there an urgent need, a gap that needs to be filled right now? I mean, in your own projection, in your own study.
I mean, for me, I'm just going to quickly answer the latter. There is an urgent need at the moment. We've got the national AI strategy. And unfortunately, the AI strategy is on the draft, and that's sitting in the shelf. That's not good enough. We need to move that from a draft to something that's a policy that's active and absolutely we're using right now. Because having an AI strategy and a draft, that's not good enough. So we've got to quickly move that. Obviously, the digital economy bill, obviously, is still ongoing at the moment. That needs to go through the assembly, you know, and then that needs to become a law or legislation quite quickly as well. And I think the reason for this is that because government needs to set the trajectory and the policy, and then the public sector needs to galvanize as well quite quickly. And without those things being in existence, then obviously things would definitely not work smoothly as well. And I think we need to quickly do that. So yes, urgently, we've got to do that quite quickly.